You ever look in the mirror and see glimpses of the woman you dream about, but she feels a little blurry, a little distant, like she's calling you from the future? That version of you is not imaginary. She's real. She's waiting on you to step into her. And the moment you decide you're done being everything the world tried to shape you into and ready to become who you were meant to be, your entire life shifts. Because a powerful woman isn't born by accident. She's built by choice. She's built by intention. She's built every single time she refuses to settle for the version of herself that life tried to hand her. People might think your strength comes from what you show on the outside, but your real strength comes from the battles you fight where nobody claps, nobody applauds, and nobody even knows. The strength to heal the parts of you never talk about. The strength to discipline yourself when nobody's watching. The strength to outgrow spaces you once begged to be included in. This is the raw material of the woman you dream about. She's not created in comfort. She's shaped in struggle. You build her through the nights you cried but didn't quit, through the days you were tired but still moved, through the moments you felt alone but still believed something greater was waiting. Becoming that woman requires you to stop shrinking, stop apologizing for wanting more, stop dimming your power to make others comfortable. The woman you dream about isn't scared of her own voice. She doesn't walk into rooms hoping to be accepted. She walks in knowing she brings value just by showing up. She carries her past like a lesson, not a prison. She trusts her energy more than people's opinions. She believes in her future more than she fears her challenges. But here's the truth most people won't tell you becoming her will cost you. It will cost you toxic relationships, lazy habits, old comfort zones, and people who only love the smaller version of you. But what you gain is so much bigger. You gain the freedom to be yourself. You gain the confidence to choose differently. You gain the peace that comes from knowing you're finally honoring the woman you were created to become. And once you meet her, once you get even a taste of how powerful, calm, focused, and fearless she is, you'll never go back to the version of you that played small. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't wait for someone to tell you you're worthy of becoming her. Start today. Start with one better decision, one boundary, one step forward, one moment of courage. Your future self is waiting, and she's proud of the woman you're becoming. There's a glow inside you that's been trying to rise, a fire that refuses to die, a calling that keeps showing up in your heart. Nah, that's not an accident. That's not imagination. That's your destiny tapping you on the shoulder. And the day you decide that you're done dreaming about that woman and ready to become her, that's the day your whole life levels up. The world doesn't change first, you do. And once you change, everything around you starts aligning with the person you're stepping into. That's the real journey. That's the evolution. And that's where your power lies. A woman becomes unstoppable the moment she chooses her identity instead of inheriting it from the world. Because from the day you're born, the world starts trying to tell you who you should be. It hands you labels, expectations, limits, fears, and rules that were never yours to begin with. It tries to define your worth, your path, your potential. But the woman you dream about is not built from the opinions of others. She's built from something deeper, something rooted in truth, not tradition, something rooted in purpose, not pressure. And the moment you stop accepting who the world tells you to be and start creating who you truly are, that's the moment everything shifts. Think about how many times you've held back just because someone told you that's not for you. How many dreams you dismissed because society said they were too big. How many times you shrunk yourself so people wouldn't call you too bold, too loud, too confident, too ambitious. The world has a way of convincing women that wanting more is selfish, that speaking up is disrespectful, that being powerful is intimidating. But the woman you dream about isn't waiting for the world's permission to exist. She decides her own identity. She chooses her own energy, and she defines her own value. Choosing your identity means breaking free from every narrative that tried to limit you. It means letting go of the version of yourself that was shaped by fear, heartbreak, doubts, and other people's expectations. It means stepping into a version of you that is guided by intention instead of insecurity, because when you inherit your identity from the world, you live a life that feels too small for your soul. But when you choose your identity for yourself, you expand, you rise, you grow into someone impossible to ignore. And here's the truth: the identity you choose will always be more honest, more powerful, and more aligned than the identity the world gives you. The world only sees you through the lens of what's familiar, but you see yourself through the lens of what's possible. You know the dreams you carry. You know the battles you've survived. You know the fire inside you that refuses to die. That's why your identity cannot be borrowed. It must be built. Choosing your identity is not something you do once. It's a daily decision. Every morning you decide whether you'll show up as the woman shaped by your past or the woman shaped by your vision. You decide whether you'll speak from fear or from strength. You decide whether you'll follow the noise around you or the truth within you. The woman you dream about doesn't magically appear one day. She emerges every time you choose growth over comfort, courage over doubt, and purpose over pressure. And you know what makes a woman unstoppable? It's not perfection, not status, not approval. It's clarity. When you know who you are, nobody can use confusion to control you. When you know who you are, you stop chasing validation and start attracting alignment. When you know who you are, you stop letting people's opinions shrink your potential. You walk differently. You speak differently. You move with intention. You make decisions from strength, not fear. There's a power that rises in a woman when she finally decides she's done living for the world and ready to live for herself. That power is not loud, but it's undeniable. It's the kind of power that transforms your presence, your choices, your energy, your future. And once you experience that level of self-ownership, once you choose your identity with full conviction, you become the kind of woman who can't be stopped, delayed, or defined by anyone but herself. You don't just become the woman you dream about, you choose her. You build her, you rise into her. Discipline, healing, and self-belief shape the version of you that you dream about. Not luck, not timing, not approval from anyone around you. The woman you dream about is built from the inside out, piece by piece, through choices that most people never see and sacrifices most people never understand. She is the result of inner work, not outer applause. And the process of becoming her isn't glamorous. It's not something you post online. It's the kind of journey that happens in silence, in stillness, in struggle, where every step transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned. Discipline is the foundation because without it, dreams remain wishes. The woman you dream about doesn't wait for motivation. She creates momentum. She shows up for herself even on days when she feels tired, lonely, misunderstood, or unseen. She understands that discipline is an act of self-respect. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. It's waking up earlier than the version of you who settled. It's saying no when the old you would have said yes out of guilt, pressure, or fear. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, investing yourself every day, even in small ways, because you know your future depends on the choices you make right now. Healing is the next layer, and it's one of the hardest. Healing means facing the hurt you tried to bury and the trauma you tried to outrun. It means letting go of the stories that tell you you're not enough, you're too broken, or you don't deserve better. The woman you dream about isn't defined by her wounds. She's defined by the way she transforms them. Healing isn't about pretending your pain never happened. It's about making sure it doesn't control you anymore. It's about breaking patterns you inherited. It's about forgiving yourself for the moments you didn't know better. It's about choosing to grow even when it hurts. Healing is the quiet victory that rebuilds your confidence, your boundaries, your clarity, and your sense of self-worth. Without healing, success feels heavy. But with healing, success feels earned. And then there's self-belief, the engine of transformation. Self-belief is what carries you through the days when discipline feels difficult and healing feels exhausting. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm not there yet, but I'm becoming her. It's the courage to dream bigger than your circumstances. It's trusting your vision even when nobody else sees it yet. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's ownership. It's claiming your right to evolve. It's looking at your reflection and seeing potential instead of problems. It's understanding that the woman you dream about already lives inside you. You just have to unlock her. Self-belief is built through action. Every small win strengthens it. Every boundary protects it. Every step forward feeds it. And even when you fail, self-belief is what allows you to get back up and try again, because the woman you dream about isn't afraid to fail. She's afraid to stop growing. She understands that setbacks are part of the process. She embraces them as lessons, not reasons to quit. When discipline, healing, and self-belief work together, something powerful happens. You stop living on autopilot. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You begin to speak differently because your words carry intention. You begin to move differently because your steps carry purpose. You begin to choose differently because your decisions come from alignment, not fear. And slowly, one choice at a time, you realize the woman you've been dreaming about is no longer a distant vision. She's becoming your reality. She's emerging through your habits, shining through your confidence, and growing through your healing. She's not a fantasy. She's a result of the inner work you committed to, a result of the courage you showed when nobody was watching, a result of the belief you held on even when life tried to break it. This is the blueprint of becoming her. Not perfection, not magic, just discipline, healing, and belief strong enough to rebuild your entire life from the inside out. Becoming the woman you dream about requires courage to let go, courage to grow, and courage to walk into rooms you once felt unqualified for. Because the truth is, transformation isn't soft, easy, or comfortable. It demands a version of bravery that goes deeper than confidence. It asks you to face the parts of yourself you've been avoiding, the people you've been holding on to out of habit, and the dreams you've buried because you thought they were too ambitious. Courage is the bridge between who you are today and the woman you're becoming. Without it, growth stays a wish instead of a reality. Letting go is the first act of courage, and it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Letting go means releasing the stories that kept you small, the relationships that drained your energy, and the environments that never matched your vision. It means accepting that not everyone can go where you're going. Some people were only meant to be chapters, not the whole book. Some habits were meant for survival, not success. Some fears were meant for your past, not your future. The woman you dream about doesn't cling to dead weight. She understands that elevation requires separation. She knows that letting go is not loss, it's alignment. It's making space for something greater. It's choosing your future over your familiarity. Then comes the courage to grow. Growth sounds beautiful, but it feels uncomfortable, messy, and unfamiliar. Growth means stepping into a version of yourself that you haven't fully met yet. It means challenging your beliefs, outgrowing your own excuses, and facing your own reflection with honesty instead of denial. Growth pulls you out of your comfort zone and into your calling. It demands discipline. It demands patience. It demands forgiveness for yourself and for others. The woman you dream about isn't scared of growth. She leans into it. She knows growth is where she finds her voice, her strength, her resilience, and her ability to reinvent herself. She doesn't just grow when life forces her to. She grows because she chooses to evolve on purpose. And then there's the courage to walk into rooms you once felt unqualified for. That's where the real transformation shows. Because once you start letting go and growing, the world begins to shift around you. You'll find yourself in opportunities that your old self would have talked you out of. You'll step into places that once intimidated you. You'll sit at tables where you used to feel like an outsider. But this time, you walk in with your head up, your energy grounded, and your self-worth intact. You don't wait to be invited to speak. You don't wait for someone to validate your presence. You know you belong because you built the version of yourself that earned that space. The woman you dream about walks into every room like she carries something valuable because she does. She carries experience, purpose, wisdom, pain turned into power. Walking into those rooms isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about proving to yourself that you're done letting doubt dictate your destiny. It's about stepping into the life you prayed for. Even if your voice shakes in the beginning, it's about choosing courage over comfort every single time. And the more you choose it, the more natural it becomes. Courage becomes a habit. Strength becomes your default. Confidence becomes your language. And here's the truth most people never tell you: courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is deciding that your future is more important than your fear. It's choosing to build the woman you dream about even when the process feels uncomfortable. It's showing up for yourself even when you don't feel ready. It's trusting that the version of you on the other side of discomfort is worth every step. Becoming her, the dream version of you, means you stop living small to stay safe. It means you bet on yourself. It means you stop waiting for the world to open doors for you and you start kicking them open with purpose. It means you walk boldly into your destiny because you finally understand what's been true all along. The woman you dream about is already inside you. Courage is what brings her to life.